welcome back. Today I'm going to be building a house for every single wood in Minecraft. That's a lot of wood, including their wood sets. That includes birch, oak, spruce, dark oak, mangrove, acacia, jungle, cherry, pale oak, warped wood, crimson wood, and bamboo. First I started off with the birch. For this one, I decided to go for like a modern house vibe because I didn't really know what else to do with it. It's such a bright, interesting block, and immediately as soon as I started working, I was like, I wish I had some spruce to detail this with. And I know I used a bit of glass, but I couldn't bring myself to be using the birch fences. And then I would surround them with their trapdoors, and I think that that little detail made it look a little bit better, even though it's all one wood. Then I started working on the back. That bit I tried to make it as fast as possible. And then I made a little garden here. And then I put some moss with like a mowed lawn, and then I put a little birch tree to match. And then I filled in the roof because you don't want a soggy floor. And then it rained, and then I decided to banish it with the command. And then I built a little top floor and just did the same thing pretty much, but smaller. And so I just filled in the walls, and I put windows on the backs this time. I don't know why. And then I didn't make it like a balcony. It seemed kind of dangerous and I wouldn't fit with them. And then I filled in the top, and then it was done. Next is the oak house. For this one, I decided to go for a cute cottagecore vibe. So I started placing out these logs to figure out how it should be. I decided to make it about this big, a tinier house compared to the birch one, and push the walls in one and texture it a bit more this time. And I thought it looked really nice already, even without a roof. And then for this one, I decided to get a nice bell-shaped roof. It looks so nice. And then I decided, wait, I need to fix it. And then it looked even better. And then I just filled this bit in a little bit, and it looks so nice. I loved it. And then I added some windows here. I think I like it. I think this is the best house already. Oh, it's just so cute. And then I just filled in the roof, and then pretty much done then. Next is the spruce house. This one, it was not as pretty. I tried, but it just came out so plain. I didn't have any other blocks to detail it with as well. It's just a 5x5 square house. Yeah, I tried my best. I textured the walls. I put in that effort, and I put little thingies on the edge, little logs sticking out, but I just didn't have anything good to texture it with. If I did, I bet this would have looked so much better, and I just couldn't use the fences. I think if I did, it would have looked even worse. I did the glass. But I tried figuring out how to do this roof. This is the plainest house yet. I'm sorry, I tried. And then I just filled in the roof, and then done. I wonder who would recreate this house. I know I wouldn't. But I tried some trapdoor detailing, but it didn't really work. And so I went on to the dark oak house. Now this one I decided to be adventurous. I decided to do an A-frame house. So first I for some reason decided to do the walls, although it actually depends on the roof. And then so I just tried to line it up. I estimated, and I estimated wrong. Then I estimated, and then I got it even, but I decided, you know, what the heck, let's do it. And then so, since the roof is also the walls, I had to do all that first before I could really decorate the front. And so I had to figure out how big I was going to make it. I don't know, I paid so much attention to the back, although all you're ever going to see is the front. So, and then I put these double door, I thought they were so nice. And I surrounded it with some nice chocolate trapdoors. And then I tried to build a little window here. It took a little bit of work, but it looked quite nice. And then I tried glass, and then I was like, no. Then I tried some fences, and I was like, no. And then I lit it up, and I was like, yeah, this looks good. Next is the mangrove house. For this one, I wish I had more blocks. I would have been able to make it mossy, because I decided to make it like standing up in the swamp. Like it's standing over all the gross mud and icky water. And if I did have those blocks, I would have completely surrounded it and made it look really nice. But I'm in a house for every wood, so I have to stay with that wood. And then I did the roof. I decided not to fill it in with color there because I wanted the roof to pop a little bit better, but it didn't really work because the walls and everything were made out of it. And this one I couldn't figure out how to put any windows as well, and so I just put it around. Next is the Acacia house. For this one I tried doing like an Asian thing or something and have like a sliding door. I don't know if I accomplished that in like big paper windows. I don't know if I accomplished that. Then I decided, no, I need a regular window, this doesn't look good. And then I decided to use whole logs for the roof. I decided to mix it up, and I loved it whenever it was finished. It looked so, I don't know why, but it looks perfect like that. And if you see like less and less effort, I apologize, because I was building these things for like 2 hours. 2 to 3 hours, and I just got kind of tired of building, so I tried to get it done fast. Then I decided to do these little pop-out windows. I thought they looked quite nice. They just sold it. Without it, it would not have worked as great. But it just was so perfect once I added those windows. And I was like, oh my goodness. I missed it by 1 block. 1 block off. And I had to redo the whole thing. But it looked even better. And I just decided to frame this a little bit better. But then I decided it didn't look great. So I just did this and then done. Good. Next is the jungle house. Now I know it's supposed to be a house, but this one is not a house. I built a jungle tree house instead. I thought since it's a jungle tree, it counts, doesn't it? Besides, every time I live in a jungle, I do this. So, I just had to keep going. And I built this like 50 times before, so this came out really quick. It's so simple, yet so perfect. Next is the Cherrywood. Now for this one, I tried to make it a bit more of an L-shaped house. And the challenge I took with this one was to make it, not to make it odd, to make it even. And that complicated a few things, but I think I got it looking good. It was the roof that gave me so much trouble. And the main roof was good, but it was this one on the right that did not. I pushed it to the side somehow, and it was so tiny, it didn't work. So I filled it in and decided I needed to figure out how to change this. But then I made it even and odd and even until I figured out what I did wrong. And then I fixed it, and then I was like, oh my goodness, this looks so awesome now. Next is the pale oak house with the brand new wood type we just got last winter. So for this one, I decided to be like, I was thinking of tall trees when I built this one. And so I did a triple layered house. This is this first floor. And then I built the roof first. I don't know how, but it made it a lot easier. But I just did a basic roof. I didn't detail it much because the focus wasn't on detailing, it was the main structure. And once I had this roof finished, I busted in a few holes and pillared some more for the second layer. There's gonna be 3 layers on this. And at first I thought it looked kind of like maybe like a church house. And that's when I thought of a 3rd layer. I was like, is this gonna be extreme or extremely perfect? But first I had to finish the roof. Once I got it finished, I did the same. I busted a few holes into the roof and then pillared some blocks. For this one, it was so tiny I had to figure out how tall I wanted it. But I think it looked so great. And then I just did the roof. The roof for tiny buildings is somehow harder than bigger ones. Because those 2 slabs just kind of like threw it off, but then it looked good. Next is the warped wood house made out of a nether wood. This is one of my favorite woods. I love the color. It looks so great, and I like that the vines on the logs change color a little bit. You only really see it if you speed things up as much, but I think it looks really good. Warped wood is like maybe my 3rd favorite wood. I love this new pale oak as well though, but this isn't pale oak's time to shine anymore. It's warped wood's turn. But I did a basic roof like this, and then I was like, this is turning into the Spruce house, I need to add a pop out. I decided to not center it, and then I did the roof. I felt like it looked really good, but the spot was so big I made it that I had to turn it into a balcony. And it looked really good after I did that. And then I just did some surrounding support beams, and I thought it made it look good. And then I put little corner blocks, and then I decided it was done. Now it's time for the crimson wood house. Another nether wood. This is our second to last house. I like that it's purple. I feel like, although it is a little strange that it's red and purple. I don't exactly understand where they were going, but I think it actually looks really good together. And I quite liked it. And then I realized I only filled in the front wall and had to do that. And then I did the roof, And then this simple roof, I didn't like it, so I decided to make it, all sides have A-frame spot, a little thingy bingy, and like, so it looked like this. And then I surrounded the door with these fences to look sort of like an ultra window. And then I decided it was done. Now it's time for the last house, our bamboo wood house. This is a wood I had not actually really played with before. This is like, I've seen a lot of cool pictures for it, but I never actually played with it myself. And I just love some of the wood though. The fences and the trapdoors, it's so perfect. There's no word to describe it. I loved it so much. I want to try and use these blocks in every build I ever do ever again. After building with these ones. It felt so good. And then this is the house. I just kept filling in the roof, but this is basically what the house looked like. And then I added some windows, and then I was like, this is so perfect. Here are all the houses we did out of birch, oak, spruce, dark oak, mangrove, acacia, jungle, cherry, pale oak, warped wood, crimson wood, and finally bamboo. We gave every wood a chance to shine, used every single wood type in the whole game. Every type ever. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this challenge, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye!